Welcome to our next episode of
Fandom
Family
Chats.
This is a production of Family Fan Clubs on Facebook. You can find us all over Facebook. You can find us all over social media under Fandom Family Chats. Look us up, get dialed in, get plugged in, and get ready to listen to some crazy people talk crazy stuff. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Fandom Family Chats. I'm your host Maureen, and we're joined with Jeanette.
Hello.
And Shelby.
Hi.
And Amanda.
Hello.
And we have a very special guest of Sweet Magnolias. We are here with Frank Oakley lll. And we have some questions for you. We have some burning questions for you that we've been dying to ask you. We have a Facebook group that this podcast started out of, and we have chats for every one of our groups. And you are one that we have been excited about having on the show for a while. So we have some questions for you.
Oh, let's go.
All right.
Yeah, and before we officially start, I have to say, my daughter, who is 10, she is also a huge fan of the show. She's probably rewatched it more than I have. She was very excited to hear that we were going to be interviewing you, and I'm supposed to tell you how much she loves your character. So I had to give her a shout out.
Well, tell her thank you very much.
I definitely will. She'll be happy. But our first question, how did you hear about this role in Sweet Magnolias, and what was it about it that made you want to be a part of it?
So it came through like most auditions do come through for us actors, where the agent, they send us the audition, we look it over, prepare, do the audition, and with this one, Harlan was a secondary character because originally they wanted to see me for Chef Eric, and so that was the audition I prepared. I did a self-tape for anyone who's listening. That's just where you record it, kind of like how I'm using my phone or camera, record it, send it in. They make their decisions if they want to see more. They want to see more. And like the day before I came in is when they added on Harlan. And there's a story about the audition. I don't know how much time I'm allotted because it's a long story, but
you have plenty.
Please tell us.
Okay. Well, I'll try to do as my wife tells me to do, is land the plane, because I tend to do this a lot. So basically how that audition went, I pull up and I'm in the car. I'm just sitting there. I say a quick little prayer to myself. I'm like, Lord, let me do good on this audition. Just let me do a good job. Go in there. And I knew that it was a producer callback and a director's callback, but I didn't realize how many people were going to be in the room. I thought it was maybe like 3 or 4. It was like, it felt like 15. It might only have been like 5 or 10, but it felt like 15. And so that slightly threw me off a little bit. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And I had the 3 main things that I would think would be a good setup for the audition, where one, the director actually looks at your resume and not just kind of glance over, but looks at it. The second thing is he recognized someone on there, which was the director, Rich Newey, from a film I did called Love in the Sun for Hallmark. So he read it, he recognized it. So that was good. And so I started the audition, and I feel like I was just bombing that thing. I feel like I was doing terrible. I've never wanted to run out of a room so fast and so bad. But after, some patience and grace with everybody in the room, they were just like, Frank, we really like you. We want you to do good. Just breathe, relax, calm down. That was the third perfect setup. But it gave me more anxiety because I'm like, okay, now, I think they're sensing that I'm bombing this thing. Oh, crap. All right. So after muscling through that, we get to the end of it. They're like, thank you. And they haven't asked to see Harlan yet. And I was just like, in my mind, okay, should I leave now before I further embarrass myself? Or should I ask if they want to, see me do it? And I was like, all right, let me just ask. They say, yeah, let's see Harlan. Did it, got home. My wife was really excited. She's like, so how did it go? And I'm like, not good. I'm like, I doubt that I'll be called in again. And it was with Feldstein Paris casting, and Chase Paris was the reader, which I had no idea. So I'm just like, and they're one of the big casting companies here in town in Atlanta. And I'm just like, man, not only am I not going to get this, they're not going to call me in for anything again. So I'm just bummed out. And I remember, I think it was a couple of days or a day before Spider-Man, I think the second Spider-Man movie was coming out. I was really excited to see that. So I'm like, cool. The night before, I think at 10 something, I had got the offer email saying, hey, we want to offer you the role of Harlan. And I was just like, oh my gosh, what the heck? So that's like the nutshell version of it. But yeah.
Awesome.
Love it.
Yeah. So was acting like something you always wanted to do, or what was it that got you into the entertainment industry?
It's something that I think I wanted to do when I was younger. I remember when I was like maybe 4 or 5, I would watch, it was this show called All That, which was like the kids version of
Oh, yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
We
that.
all know.
Yeah. So I was watching that, and then I watched the spinoff show Kenan and Kel as well.
Yep.
Mhm.
And I would see them doing it, and I'm like, man, that looks like a lot of fun. I kind of want to do that. Didn't think any more about it. And then like later on in life, I gravitated towards like drawing and sketching and art. I wanted to be a cartoonist, like comic book person and all that. And then fast forward, I get to, I think this is 2011. I'm in my sophomore year at my first college, and I was just sitting in my dorm like, man, am I really going to be satisfied with, majoring in broadcast journalism? Because that's what I was majoring in at the time. And I was just like, I don't think so. So fast forward some more. I reached out to my high school debating forensics coach, Miss Michelle Lee. And I was like, hey, this acting thing kind of came to my mind again. Do you have any resource or advice? She sent me like a litany of stuff to look at, programs, summer programs, all that. I applied to a few. I got accepted in one. It was the Perry Mansfield Performing Arts School and Camp in Steamboat Springs, Colorado. Got accepted there, got a scholarship, but still couldn't make the rest of the money. So I was like, okay, if this is something I'm supposed to do, I'm praying again. I'm like, if this is something I'm supposed to do, God, like, help me out so I can figure it out. So then time passes again. I also applied for a few colleges to do theater performance. They were all super expensive. So I decided to look at something a little bit closer to home. And I'm originally from Kansas City. So I applied to UMKC, University of Missouri, Kansas City, got accepted there. And then I think I got that acceptance a week before the summer theater camp started. And then I found out later in life that since I wasn't able to make the rest of the money, my teacher that I reached out to, she helped me sell candy bars and things and make the money, still didn't have enough. Later on in life, I found out that her and Melinda McCrae, who works as, I think, the head of education at the Kansas City Repertory Theater, they pulled some money together and funded the rest of it, plane ticket, all that to get there. So at that point, I was like, all right, this is what I'm supposed to do with life. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love that.
That's awesome.
How great to have people who are that invested in what you could do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's honestly the reason why I'm where I am today. Just people who care, So, yeah.
That's
Now,
an awesome story.
That makes me think, I'm reading your shirt and I'm very curious. What is that shirt about?
So yeah, this shirt is a shirt. It's a gear. It's some gear from my good friend, Ricky Kidd. You should look him up for anyone listening, that you guys should definitely look him up. He has a phenomenal story. It's anchored in a lot of injustice, but it's a really beautiful story. Back in, I believe, 1997, he was arrested for a double murder that he did not commit. And 23 years later, after having those 23 years of his life stolen from him, back here in, I believe, August 14th of 2019, he was fully exonerated of all charges and was released. And while he was on the inside, how I met him is he wrote a spoken word play. And there's an organization that works in the Midwest called the Midwest Innocence Project. And they do a lot of pro bono cases like Ricky's, where there's a gang of evidence that shows that this person did not commit the crime. But, of course, the courts and the judges aren't budging on their final decisions. So they work tirelessly to do that. And while he was on the inside, he wrote a spoken word play. And one of the representatives of the Midwest Innocence Project, she reached out to me because Ricky was saying, hey, do you know anyone? I just want to get my story out there. So do you know anybody, actors, whatever in town? And somehow I came across her desk. She reached out to me. She told me about it. I was game for it from the beginning because I love doing stuff that calls out injustice and helps hopefully or get someone's story out. So I met him one time while he was on the inside, and that experience was crazy. But going in there, and that's never happened to me before, where I sat across from him And I just knew from looking in his eyes that he did not do what he was in there for. Like I knew
Yeah.
that, which made me want to do his play even more.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's another long story where I tried to land the plane. But but yeah, that's how we met, and we've been friends since.
Is that the name of I Am Resilience? Is that something he said, or is that the name of an organization he runs? What is that exactly?
It's both. So
okay.
he started this company, and it's based off of this saying, like, I am resilience. And I don't know if you can see it. That's his signature there, but it says the pen is in your hand.
Mm.
So it's just he had a thing on social media, I think a couple of years ago, where people just shared their stories of resilience. They didn't have to be related to the criminal injustice system or anything like that, but just like a story of like, hey, I survived cancer, or hey, I survived, some type of, anything. And that was just kind of his thing, where he just wanted to say, hey, here's my story of resilience. I want to hear yours as well. So that's where this birthed out of. And now he has, T-shirts and other merch too that he sells on top of his company.
That's awesome. I like that you were surrounded by people who care enough to put you where you're going, and then you're giving that same thing back and wanting to help other people and cry out for that and be a voice for them. I think that's necessary in that position. I like that you're doing that. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
It's what I'm really passionate about, and if it's the only thing I ever get to do, I'm all for it.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about your time on set of Sweet Magnolias. Do you have any, what was it like working with the different cast members, or do you have any favorite memories that you'd like to share with us?
There's a lot. I probably have to say some of my favorite memories are probably going to be naturally with Justin, who plays Cal, just because we spend the most time together.
Yeah.
He's a giant goofball, man. He's the best. He's really the best. Just working with him taught me a lot of just how to kind of be relaxed on set, because at that point in time, that was the biggest thing that I've done in my career so far. So I was kind of nervous going into it, but just seeing how he works and how comfortable he is and how gracious he is with everybody, I was like, even though we built a really good relationship, I was taking a lot of notes from him as well. So yeah, there's so many stories. Like, let's see, what's a good one? Okay, so yeah, one day we were working. I think it was season 1. I forgot what episode it was, but we were. I think it's the one where we're walking into the school building. I want to say it's episode 4, but we're walking into the school building, and we're just playing around and everything. And he's just like, "Dude, you're doing some really good stuff. Like, I'm gonna try to see if I can get some attention put onto you and what you're doing." And I was just like, I didn't ask for that. He didn't have to do that, but that's just the kind of dude he is. And there's so many stories like that where he's just super giving like that. So yeah, man. Yeah, Justin's dope. Everybody's dope, but he's probably the person who I'm the closest with.
Okay.
Awesome.
Nice.
And what was go ahead, Maureen.
I was just gonna say that we knew him, some of us, I don't because I don't watch the show, but from Grey's Anatomy. So they're trying to separate his character there from Cal. That's difficult for some of them. So it's nice to hear these good stories about it.
Yes.
Not that Matthew wasn't a good character. He just got in the way of April and
Got in the way of
Jackson.
my
This is
favorite
all I'm
stuff.
saying.
It's tough for me to separate, but no, Cal makes it much easier. Yeah, we like him. So tell us about the filming process. Like, how long were you on set, and just kind of walk us through some of those, like a typical day on set.
A typical day, it can vary. Depends on, how much stuff needs to be done that day, what kind of scenes we're doing, what scenes we're doing. A typical day, though, for me, on a longer day, I would be there anywhere from 10 to 12 hours. And on a shorter day, anywhere between 4 and 6. It's pretty smooth going. The first season, I didn't have a ton of stuff. So a lot of the times I was kind of just in the trailer or in the trailer area, just kind of hanging out and stuff like that. But for the most part, everything on set on a regular day for me is pretty easy, smooth sailing, hot, but good. Yeah.
Okay.
Now you're from Missouri, and this is filmed in what, Georgia?
Mhm.
Was that an adjustment for you? Because I know Midwest is not the same, but
Not too much. because like I'm from the Kansas side of Kansas City, which is really not that big of a difference. It's just more stuff on the Missouri side, like the Chiefs and the Royals and everything. But the Kansas side is pretty country, at least the part where I was at. So coming here wasn't a culture shock for me. It's pretty normal. I kind of, fit in pretty well. The heat is a little bit hotter, but I prefer to be hot because if you can't tell, I'm naturally a sweater anyway, no matter what I'm doing. So it could be like 20 degrees outside and I'll be sweating. So at least when it's hot, I have an excuse to be sweating versus when it's cold, it's just like, dude, it's 20 degrees. Why are you sweating?
You like to have a reason for it.
Yeah,
exactly. It makes me feel this much better about my sweat.
So your character, Harlan, how much of yourself did you put into that character, or how would you compare yourself to Harlan?
Harlan is definitely somebody who I strive to be as I get older. I was really fortunate with this character because he was a character where I don't think, and I could be completely wrong, I don't know for sure, so this is kind of speculation, but I don't think he was a character that was meant to be, as prominent as he has become. So with that, there's like a beauty in it where I kind of was allowed to create the character as we went and as we continue to go. So a lot of what you're seeing of Harlan is really, like, if I had to put a percentage to it, maybe 75% of myself. So a good portion of it is just me,
Yeah.
Some of my favorite lines came from Harlan. He always has like these one-liners that he slips in there, but they're at the right time and you deliver it with the right amount of emotion, and you deliver it with it really conveys well across screen. And I think that's why we connected with, even though your character doesn't have as many lines as Cal does or as the big three, but we connected with your character because the way it came across screen was really genuine and just felt natural. And you made us laugh. That one scene you're talking about where you guys were walking in the school in season 1, it was after Cal was found in the driveway without a shirt on, and you were telling him the stuff your wife was saying about him. That was one of my favorite scenes. That's one of my favorite scenes. I love it.
Good morning, man. And I feel me good given the night you just had. Yeah, that's one of my favorite lines. Yep.
Yes.
What was the biggest challenge that you had taking on this role?
I would say probably the stuff that isn't in the script has probably been the most challenging because, all actors, we're always preparing and filling in backstory if it's not there. But sometimes that can be challenging if there's not a lot already there. So you have to kind of make it up and hope that what you make up can maybe become canon someday, or it works, or else you have to, retool, which is fine. That's part of it. But yeah, I would probably say, Harlan, that was probably the hardest part because he's very involved, but he's also very reserved. And I'm the same way too. So that's what made it hard. Cause I'm just like, okay, so this is what it's like to know me as a friend. Okay, that's telling, but let me figure out how to, really flesh him out as a full character. So that's probably been the more challenging thing, the stuff that isn't on the script.
Right. So was there anything that you learned in this role that maybe you'll take to future projects or auditions or things like that?
I think a lot of what I learned playing Harlan that I'll take on is the stuff that I kind of learned with Justin, where it's just like, it's okay to just kind of be in the space. You don't have to kind of feel like, all right, I got something to prove here or something to do. It's just more so like just being yourself in the space, taking up the space, not apologizing for that. And if you mess up or, flub a line, it's okay. Take the time. No one's going to kill you for doing that. You're not, horrible if you do that. Just have grace with yourself. So yeah, it's probably the lessons of having grace on yourself, the things that I'll probably carry on, project to project and role to role.
Do you have any favorite TV shows of your own that you would love a chance to work on or to be a part of?
Yes and no. Yes, because there's a lot of older stuff that's done now that obviously I won't get a chance to be on, like The Office,
Yes.
Parks and Rec, because that kind of humor is my sense of humor, and I feel like I'm pretty decent at it. So those like mockumentary style TV shows, I would love to be in any one of those. Like pick one and throw me in it.
Yes.
Stuff that's newer, I am a big Marvel fanatic. So, and I have been since the beginning, since like X-Men back in 2000. So of course I would love to, lead a franchise, on a TV series or in a film or crossover or whatever. So yeah, anything Marvel. What else? Oh, I think it's Only Murders in the Building. That was on Hulu.
Yes.
That one, I would love to be in that. What else? Cobra Kai, because the stunts.
You're hitting all of our sweet spots.
I mean, they're so good. What's another one? There's one. This is gonna sound kind of. Hopefully, it doesn't sound arrogant, because I completely forgot I was in the show. I was like Wonder Years. I was actually in an episode, so I'll forget that.
The original or the remake?
Well, I probably wasn't alive when the original came out, but
well, I watched it when I was little. I have no idea what time when it came out.
No, I watched it too. When they had it on reruns, like ABC Family or whatever. So
yeah, is it that old of a show?
It's pretty old, yeah. I think it was out when I was really little, but I'm older than you all, so.
The term old is subjective.
That's right, it is.
Exactly.
That's right. Jeanette and I, as the resident old ladies of this podcast, can definitely say that. We're going to be 40, so we can attest to that.
We're not there yet. Not yet.
Well, you both got a while.
Yeah.
It's how young you act. And on my email for our thing, it's grown child. So I mean, I could be young forever.
There it is. I'm definitely a big kid, so I'm right there with you.
It's just a better way to live. They have way more fun if you can be childish.
Yeah, it's less stressful.
Exactly. Yeah. So did you feel more comfortable with the people involved after that interview? Did you feel like, okay, I just got my own head. This wasn't really what I thought. I'm better at this than I thought.
So what do you mean by what interview?
Not interview. It's when you auditioned.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I would say so. It took a season. Like after season 1, going back into season 2, I'm like, okay, like now I'm ready to go. Yeah.
That's good. Awesome. We did notice you had more parts in season 2, and we appreciated that. You had more lines.
I do too.
Is there a hope you have for season 3 for your character?
Yeah, actually, at first it was kind of like a joke just in the house. But I was just like, actually, I would like to see that for real, which is, like, of course, Harlan is already super involved with the community and his students and the players and everything. But I would like to see that expand a little bit more. Maybe, spoilers for anyone, watching and listening later. It's up in the air. I do not know if I have my job still. So I'm just like, I could see myself running for mayor. I would like to see that. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We did the recap of all of season 2. We finished that recap, and that's one thing that we've been trying to figure out is who is going to be the next mayor. I can see that.
I like it. Yeah.
I would love to do that.
Harlan for mayor. Yeah, let's make it happen.
Helen could be pushing you. She could be behind you the whole way, being your litigation team.
Yeah.
Right?
I would love that.
That needs to be a hashtag, Harlan for mayor.
Yes, let's start that.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I wanted to do that, but I'm like, that seems a little conceited. So I
We
won't
can do it for you.
But if someone does it, I will. There it is.
There we go.
We'll start it.
Yes, absolutely. No, there is something new we started doing in our interviews, and it's we had a live show for 100th episode, and it turned out really good. So we have some rapid fire questions for you, just quick answers. I'm going to step out of the room for a minute, but Amanda is going to start doing those with you.
All right,
Cool. Yes.
Let's do it.
These are real fun. They're just like the first thing that
They're just a this or that. So
this or that things.
Yeah.
We're not going to trick you. Don't worry. All right. So chocolate or vanilla?
Vanilla.
Sour or sweet?
Sweet.
Dog or cat?
Dog all day.
Hey, don't get the cat.
I know we're cat ladies over here. I have both. I have both.
I have both.
love both.
I have both. I love them both. Toast or eggs?
Toast.
Cardio or weights?
Weights.
Facebook or Instagram?
Instagram.
Twitter or TikTok?
Twitter.
Music or podcasts?
Podcasts.
It depends on my mood. What I'm doing. All right. Cake or pie?
Pie.
Tea or
You have a
coffee?
Tea.
What do you have?
No, it was just because the way he said it. I was curious if he had a favorite pie. Just the way he really had something in mind there when he said it. So I just wanted to follow up.
I'm such a food person, so I was just like, hold on, let me pick this carefully now. Like, let me taste it in my mouth. So yeah, I'm weird. Just yeah.
You're fine. I prefer pie too, so I was just curious.
I like pie better too. All right. So go out or stay in?
That pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie. Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
And I make it from like an actual pumpkin. Like, I take my pumpkin pie. Very
Amanda's our
seriously.
cook. She's very fancy. Yeah.
So you're very popular during pumpkin spice season.
Yes, I am. I like pumpkin. I am basic. I'm I'll admit it. I'm not hiding it. All right. Where was it? Oh, go out or stay in?
Stay in.
Football or basketball?
Honestly, neither, but if I had to pick, football.
Do you really like baseball in real life?
We should have changed this for baseball for
I am not a typical guy, quote unquote. Like, I'm not really into sports like that.
Yeah.
Boxing is my thing I really like.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I used to like professional wrestling for a while. So yeah.
Well, my boys do Muay Thai, so we do the boxing thing every week.
Boxing's awesome. Yeah.
I am in that world, sadly for me. So, well, it's my babies.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I mean, you have to be invested, you know?
I am, and it's hard to see them go down when they do.
Yeah. It's just like, ooh, okay, walk it off, walk it off.
Yep. I had one of mine fly out of the ring a couple weeks ago and hit his head. So that was fun. He was okay.
Loaded.
He went right back in.
Okay. I know that fun was loaded.
For mommy, it was. All right. Movies or TV shows?
Movies.
Laundry or dishes?
Dishes.
Jogging or hiking?
Hiking.
Burgers or tacos?
Burgers.
I like the hesitancy on that though, because that is a really hard decision.
You notice the hesitancy has always come with the food question.
The food. All right, but then do you eat tacos from the left or the right?
I eat them like, I don't know, normal, I guess.
Amanda, the background to that is Amanda and I went to a convention because we're trying to get a convention for our podcast that'll come up in 2024. And so we're doing some recon and going to conventions, and it was a panel where the audience would go up and ask. And there's this one girl who asked every single actor up there, and they actually had to stop and think about it. And they actually had to mimic eating a taco to figure out which way their head went. So we have to ask that question.
And then she asked us, and I got judged really hard because I eat mine from top to bottom.
Yeah,
That's weird.
go away.
I've always wanted to try that, just to be doing something different. Never done that, but you're not alone with that.
Just to try it.
Food is an experience. You gotta shake
right.
it up.
It is. I've crushed mine up and eat it with a fork. I mean, it's
Taco
doable.
salad. There you go.
That's how I eat mine. It's less messy.
Oh
All of my
gosh.
kids do it. It drives my husband crazy.
I'm judging you right now severely.
Next
All
one.
right. Passenger or driver?
Passenger.
Ooh.
Me too. Pancake or waffle?
Pancake.
Flying or road trip?
Road trip.
Ugh.
Couldn't even try to contain that reaction.
Sorry, like I said, I have kids.
Oh yeah.
Now, that's a question I did want to ask you. That is, your character did have a newborn baby. Is that something that you can bring experience in for?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No babies.
Not yet, anyway.
We'll give you some tips on how to act really, really overtired and stressed out with a newborn baby at home.
I'll take them on.
All right. Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Beach or mountains?
Mountains. Yeah.
Paperback or Kindle?
Paperback.
It's the smell for me.
Yeah, it is.
I'd rather hold
Feel
a
the
book in my
smell,
hand than smell the book.
It is, yeah. You just sit there and just spin the pages and just like,
Yeah,
And then
you
you
don't
know
have
it's
to
people
read
looking
it.
at you. Yeah, and then you know it's people
It's
looking at you, and then
nice.
you're just like, all right, nothing to see here.
All right. Spring or fall?
Fall.
Mhm.
Sweater or hoodies?
Hoodies.
Yes.
Real plants or fake plants?
Real plants, but fake plants sometimes.
Okay, so how do you have real plants in your house?
We do.
Who
The
keeps
reason why I say fake plants sometimes is because, and I'm not saying anything my wife doesn't already know, so she'll listen to this later and just be like, Frank, why'd you say that? But she has a hard time keeping plants alive. So it's just like, just get the fake ones. I'm not judging you, but we have two that made it.
That's
So-
that's what I was going to ask, is who keeps them alive in the house? Because none of us, except for maybe Shelby, can keep plants alive at all, like at all. Amanda has a bonsai tree behind her that used to be really nice, and now it's I don't know if you can see it
It's
in her
back
background.
here.
It doesn't
It's
look the way
looking
it
really
started.
sad. I mean, the
I
cats
mean,
got into it.
It's getting some light. It's some,
Poor tree.
I like how you moved the mic.
Yep.
Dead tree behind me.
Like, we're not gonna look at this.
Oh man.
That's how we try to keep things alive. We just hide them so people don't know we've actually killed them.
I mean, hey, that's a strategy for many different things.
Exactly.
That one was the cats. That was not us. That was not me. Right. Ooh, who came up with this one? I like this one. Ninjas or pirates?
Ninjas.
Cobra Kai, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Guacamole or salsa?
Guacamole.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Creamy or crunchy peanut butter?
Creamy.
Yeah, we did this one on our live episode, and this was actually a source of contention. Like, people were mad at people who like crunchy peanut butter.
Oh, dang. See, I'll eat crunchy peanut butter, but then at that point, it's just like, let me just eat some peanuts,
That's a good point. I like to do the spoonfuls of crunchy peanut butter, but have smooth on my sandwiches.
There it is.
I
Yep.
got both.
Comedy or horror?
Comedy.
Mhm.
Comedy. Do you have a favorite comedian or favorite actor?
Yeah. My top 3 favorite comedic actors in no particular order are Zach Galifianakis,
Mhm.
Kevin James, and oh my gosh, I'm brain farting. Who's the other one? Zach Galifianakis, Kevin James, and oh my gosh, what is his name? I forgot it.
I so badly want to help you out.
It's right there too.
Are he in? What movies is he in?
Oh gosh. I talk about these 3 all the time, and the one time I get asked, I forget.
Yep.
Wow. If it comes back to me later,
There you go.
I'll randomly blurt it out.
Those are good ones though. Zach Galifianakis. My husband introduced me to him, and he's hilarious.
Yes, he is. He is awesome. I would love to work with him, but I'd be terrified because I feel like I would break every 2 seconds.
It's true, because he can ad lib like nobody's business,
yeah.
and he just won't
yeah.
stop.
Yeah. He's awesome. Yeah.
I love Adam Sandler. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, him and Kevin James work together a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've been a Kevin James fan since King of Queen days.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Shuddy. All right.
I'm gonna bring that back. I'm just gonna start saying that to people randomly.
You should.
Maybe I should have a reason for it at some point, but we'll start. We'll do it randomly. All right, next one, Shelby.
Here.
Okay, I took over
got
for you,
you.
Amanda.
That's fine.
Welcome
We
back.
just lost power. It was the most
Oh,
random
wow.
thing.
Go back.
She's in Texas, so they have a weird power grid.
Yeah.
So, the next one, sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
Sunrise.
So are you a morning person?
Oh yeah.
I don't. I want to understand morning people, but I don't.
You know, I don't think we understand ourselves. I think it just happens. And after it happens a bunch of times, we're just like, this is just who I am. So
This is it. This is my life now. Do you have like a
Maureen-
routine? What, Shelby?
Maureen and me have conversations at 2, 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah, it's a problem. So technically, I'm a morning person. I'm just
I'm
not
sleeping.
the wake up morning person. Do you like have a routine that you do when you get up in the morning, or is it just I'm awake now?
yeah, it's a routine. Like 5 o'clock, I'll get up.
Holy cow!
I'll read sometimes a little bit before that because I can't fully, like, my body's just like, you're supposed to be up in like 30 minutes anyway, so you might as well just get up. But I officially, quote unquote, get up at 5. I'll do like whatever my little Bible reading app thing on my phone is, use the bathroom real quick, go work out, come back, shower, then I start the day.
Nice.
Wow.
So productive.
You just have like life
know.
figured out, don't you?
Just that part of it. So, like,
Just the morning routine part is all I got.
Just those 2 hours. That's it.
That's it, man.
So you're
I hit a
getting
wall.
up when
I'm sorry.
you're getting up when me and Maureen are going to bed.
Yeah, you guys are night owls then, because my behind is like doing one of these at like 8:30. So
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Well, see, I'm a caregiver and I used to work 3rd shift in a nursing home, so I'm all messed up from that.
yeah,
Like,
my mom
still.
did that.
Yeah, it messes you up.
Yeah, I believe it. Those
I've had
12-hour
that too.
shifts are not easy.
Mhm.
All right, so next one is
Do you want to take back over, Amanda?
Yeah, I can. All right. Sweet or unsweet tea?
Unsweet.
Oh. Sorry, Texas.
you got 2 Southerners
Sorry.
on here and then 2 Midwesterners. So
what?
I'm with you. I don't like the sweet tea. It's too sweet.
Don't worry, my husband won't even touch tea. And he was born and raised in Texas. And
I'm not a fan of tea, but if I'm gonna drink it, it's going to be really, really sweet.
he won't like black tea, hot tea, sweet tea,
Oh, I like
cold
hot
tea. He won't, like, even if he smells it, he hates it. And I am the biggest tea drinker.
Oh,
So
good.
it's
Yeah.
real fun here. I honestly get mad. Like inside, I get mad at him for not liking tea. This is totally,
Hey, what's
I
wrong with you,
shouldn't.
dude?
It's a problem. All right. So zoo or aquarium?
Aquarium. Less smells.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
See, the aquarium just smells fishy to me.
I
It smells
prefer
like
the-
fresh. It smells water. I don't know.
Yeah.
We have a really nice aquarium down here in Georgia. The Georgia aquarium is really pretty.
Is that?
Ooh.
Does
Yeah.
it have
I
like
need to
one of
go there.
those? Because I know there's. I don't remember where it is. I feel like it is one in Georgia, but where you like walk under it and the fish are like swimming over you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what I wanted to go see because my kids are really into sea life.
If you do go, try to go like as soon as they open, because it'll
Okay.
be a little less
Yeah.
people there. So
Mhm.
yeah.
We have a nice one in Dallas, but we never ever go. I mean, people in Dallas never want to go to the aquarium because it's like $100 $100 a
Holy
person
cow!
Yeah.
to
I
go
wouldn't wanna do
in,
that
which
either.
is really ridiculous,
Goodness
in
gracious.
my opinion.
No, it's expensive, but
Okay.
sometimes you can catch deals, but even the
Mhm.
deals are still kind of like, ugh.
Yeah.
No, I'm like talking to my kids. I'm like, you've seen it once. It's okay.
I thought we had a nice one up here, like like close to Ohio, where we are, but it's only like $40 a person. So like the
That's not
$100
bad.
is blowing my mind over here.
I know. I'm
Oh,
real
it's
cheap.
ridiculous.
we don't have anything like that.
Yeah, it's not worth it. I can go to the zoo.
Our next one is the most Midwestern of hot fires or random fires or whatever this is called.
To
Okay.
me, to me, this is not a contest at all. Ranch or blue cheese?
ranch.
There you go. That's the right answer.
Yeah, that would be for me too. But I don't actually like either of them. So
We have I'm in Wisconsin, so we're the cheese state of the
yeah.
world. So
Yeah.
like there's even ranch on pizza. There's ranch on, I don't personally do it, but there's ranch on everything.
oh, yeah.
I literally grew up like that. Like I don't eat like dairy stuff now because I'm vegan. But when I was, like, ranch went on everything.
Yeah.
Chips, pizza, fries.
Chips. That's a good idea.
Oh, it's too much. Cookies or brownies?
Brownies.
There you go.
That one was a big deal breaker for two of your co-stars.
So that was Logan and Simone. They tended to fight over almost all of them. I think we
It was a
upset them that they
fight.
were disagreeing on everything. We had them on together for the 100th episode.
Oh, so that was your 100th episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I watched that to kind of like prepare for this.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a fun one. Yeah.
So that one, we haven't put out our 100th episode yet. It was live. We haven't put that out. So you watched the actual.
Yeah,
interview
they've
with
actually
them.
been on here twice.
Yeah.
Okay.
They came back for us. Yeah.
So I'm about to say, I remember them arguing about cookies and brownies. That I missed.
There was an argument on the interview too. They're very passionate about it.
Yeah.
We're trying to convince Logan to take her out to a football date.
Oh, you trying to make the connection happen.
Kinda, yeah.
We just love them both. We do.
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
I said, we love all your cast.
I
She
think
what?
she's supposed to teach him how to play drums at some point from the last one I listened to.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I was just like, I see y'all trying to be slick and drop the Okay.
Us old married mothers have that's just what we do.
Apparently. We're so awesome. This one's a no contest for me. Beach or pool?
Beach.
No.
It depends on what I'm doing at the beach, I think.
It depends
I don't
on
like
what the
sand.
beach opportunity is. Like Lake Michigan, I wouldn't go to that beach. But Clearwater has a really nice beach in Florida.
Yeah, I've been there actually. Yeah.
That
It's really
sand
nice.
is like Play-Doh. Like you're just sitting in Play-Doh.
was-
It's amazing.
That was literally the first time I've ever been to a beach ever when I went there.
Ooh,
Oh,
Yep.
you got
Wow.
lucky then.
Yeah.
It's a lucky one. All right. Karaoke or dancing?
Dancing, because I cannot sing.
I was kind of hoping you were going to say it because in season 3, we could have you, Eric, and Helen up on stage doing karaoke together. That would be amazing.
That will be hilarious.
Sounds great to me. Karaoke's even better if they can't sing, in my opinion.
Well, you would get a kick out of me then.
Me too. I'll sing too. All right. Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Summer or winter?
Summer. I hate being cold.
Yep. I remember that. That's going to be ingrained in my brain now.
And the last one, pickles or olives?
Olives. Kalamata specifically.
Ooh, those
so
are so
good.
good.
So good.
They're real salty, but they're good.
I see.
I like them in my salad.
This is a question: salty or sweet? Oh my gosh, can you get that out? Salty or sweet?
Probably salty.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
when I was a kid. I don't know if you remember those bouillon cubes that they had.
Yeah.
I would take those out and suck on those.
I still do.
What
I
I
still
used to
do.
What I used to do, because my mom used to have like a little plastic jar of them, and they come in a little gold wrappers.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I will put them like in the ramen.
Oh.
Yeah, and God forbid I should have been eating 2 packs of those at once, because that's like a sodium bomb. I'm like, oh, this needs more salt. You know, terrible.
So wait, would you do the ramen with the ramen packet and then also a bouillon cube?
Sometimes, yeah.
Holy cow,
And-
that's a lot of sodium.
Here's another kicker for you. So one of my friends in high school, and we went to college, our first college together. He put me on to the game of like when you make, because sometimes with ramen you have to doctor it up and put different things in it.
Yeah.
I would get before I knew that was actual flavor, I would get the chicken flavor, put ranch in it and cheese and mix it up. Terrible for you,
Yeah.
but taste wise,
Sounds delicious.
that was good.
Even for this Wisconsin girl, that sounds like a lot. That's saying something. So are you the cook in your house?
No.
Or do you both cook?
Um,
Does she cook?
She mostly cooks. I help a lot. We kind of have like a thing where it's like you cook and I'll do like literally everything else. So laundry, dishes, cleaning up, dusting, like I do all of that. But the cooking I will help sometimes, but she definitely is the main cook. So,
Nice.
so I'm like, see, I'm doing everything else.
Is it because you can't cook or you just really don't like cooking?
It's weird for me because I used to be able to cook really well, but it was stuff that I used to eat. Now since I don't eat like that anymore,
Oh, that's true.
it's like, well, I don't know how to do tofu and things without messing it up. So there you go.
How long have you been a vegan?
I want to say since January of 2020, I think. Yeah.
That's
So
a
couple
brave
years.
time to make a life changes in
I know.
2020.
And man, that was a time to do a lot of stuff.
What made you decide to go vegan?
So I did a Daniel fast, I think in 2018 for the very first time.
Okay.
And that's pretty much a vegan
Yep.
diet. And after I did it, I was like, okay, this is cool. Then I adjusted my diet a little bit. Then I switched to like being pescatarian mostly. And then after I did it the last time, which was January of 2020, I think, because we do it every January or whatever. And I was just like, you know what? I think I'm going to just stick with it. And I've been doing it since.
Nice.
Awesome. Do you feel better?
I do. I really do.
Okay.
Less sluggish, less heavy. Yeah, pretty good.
Nice.
I follow
But I can
these.
still appreciate the smell of like cooked meats and bacon and stuff. Like I can still.
It's the
you know.
bacon and the steaks I would have a hard time giving up.
I would struggle, I think. Yeah.
There are some good alternatives with vegan stuff, but you just have to be careful because sometimes, and this isn't like a definite rule of thumb, but generally speaking, the better it tastes when it's something vegan, it's probably a lot of stuff in it, which at that point, it's just like you might as well just eat the burger or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do vegan, I think it's probably better to do a lot of home cooked stuff versus eating out stuff.
Yeah.
It'll probably taste a little less different or a little less like tasty or whatever, but at least you'll know it's like you know what you're putting in your body.
Yeah, that makes
absolutely.
sense. I think it's because I grew up in Wisconsin that I can't like fathom doing that. But I follow these YouTubers who they subscribe to Purple Carrot, which is a vegan food delivery service. And the food they make on there looks really delicious. And they always talk about how full they are. And that's like my fear is that vegan, how do you get full? But they're always full.
It's tough. It is tough, especially if you're like someone who like lifts weights or whatever, getting your proteins, but you just have to, it's a lot of pre-planning, but mostly beans, legumes, things like that is where you're going to get your proteins and stuff, but you can get full, but you just have to be careful on how you get full sometimes. Because Oreos are vegan, by the way.
Oh, they are?
Which surprised me.
I have celiac disease, so I can't eat all Oreos. I have to eat gluten-free Oreos, and that's my Achilles heel. But I will still eat regular Oreos because I have no self-control at all.
Man, I can't have them in the house because a serving size is 2, which is a joke. A serving size for me is a sleeve.
Yes.
So
That's how I
at
eat
least
one sleeve at a time. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I can't do that. One time I ate almost a whole pack and I just felt like I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm still popping them. I'm like, you know what? I'm committed now. So
you gotta see it through.
You're
not a quitter.
I'll eat them all so they won't be here tomorrow. There we go.
There you go.
It's like those veggie straw bags that the brand was called Sensible Portions. Who eats a sensible portion of veggie straws, especially if they're ranch flavored? It's the whole thing. You can't do that. In our Facebook group, we asked them if they had some questions for you. We got a couple for you.
Sure.
Okay, so first, our girl Tiffany, she's an admin for us for all of our groups. She says hi, and I found your YouTube channel, and she watched all of your videos, and she absolutely loves them.
Yay! Thank you.
So
I have a question about, is it a podcast or is it, because I found it on YouTube, but is it just a YouTube channel or do you also have a podcast that comes out of it?
No, just a YouTube channel. And then whatever I put on YouTube, I'll put on like social media and stuff.
Gotcha. Cool.
But thank you, Tiffany.
So from Roche, she's also one of our other owners. She said, what age did you start acting?
Technically, I think my first play was, I forgot how old I was, but I couldn't have been more. I had to be between the age of like maybe 8 and 12. It was at the public library in Kansas City, Kansas. And it was like some Thanksgiving play, but like, I wouldn't say I officially started acting until 2011.
Okay.
Nice.
Tiffany asked, when you were in school, did you play baseball?
No.
No.
The
No
only
sports
sport
at
I
all?
did was wrestling, track, and marching band. Even though it's not considered a sport, it definitely should be.
Is.
Should-
I-
yes.
Should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's lifting weights and it's basically slow track.
Yeah, and a little bit of RTC thrown in there.
Exactly.
It was grueling. I don't care what anybody says. It was hard work.
So you are a morning person and you ran track. So do you
Yeah, I
run?
think honestly that's why, because all the different sports I play, you have to get up butt crack early. So it's just like,
Mhm.
well,
Yeah.
all right.
I always felt bad for the kids when I was on the bus on the way to school who were already out running. Like,
Mhm.
oh, that's
Yep.
unfortunate.
Yep. It sure is, especially if you like to eat like me. Like there's so many wrestling meets where I tried to run my weight off before I weighed in.
Oh,
I was like, I'm not doing that no more. Either I'm just not gonna eat or I'm gonna go up a weight class because
Yeah.
I'm not about to gas myself before I even get started.
Well, wrestling
Yeah.
and track, that has to be hard to be in at the same time because track, it's easier if you weigh less to be, you know, you have to be fit and healthy. And but wrestling, isn't it better if you eat more? Isn't it like a protein build for wrestling?
Not for me, because when I did track, I only did field events. I threw
Oh, okay.
a discus, shot put, and javelin. So I needed to like beef up versus
Okay.
be super slender. And then for wrestling, I needed to be slender.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
nice.
So you said you were in marching band. What instrument did you play?
I was primarily percussion, drumline. Bass drum was my bread and butter. And then my junior and senior year, I started learning tenor sax and I was drum major.
Oh, wow. Do you still play those?
I mean, I can. I don't have, a saxophone or a drum set or anything like that, but I do have my sticks still. So, maybe some point I'll get to use those skills again in like a show or a play or something.
Maybe on top of being mayor, Harlan can also start helping in the music portion of the classroom and teach kids how to play musical instruments.
I mean, I would welcome that too.
Harlan
Maybe
is for the town of Serenity, period.
Yes, he's a man of the people. There you go.
Right.
We have a slogan.
We have a couple that we're coming out of this with now. All right, we have one final question that we like to ask, unless you had another one, Shelby.
No, that was it on Facebook. Did you have any on Instagram or Twitter?
We don't have very many followers on Instagram or Twitter yet.
Working on it. But
No,
yeah.
it's just Facebook.
They'll all migrate over from Facebook.
That's what we're hoping.
We're trying to get tapped. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a final question, Jeanette.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Waiting for someone else to talk.
So our last question, we just always like to give you an opportunity to sort of, promote if you've got any other projects coming up, or if you just want to share your social media with our listeners so they can follow you and see what's going on.
Sure, yeah. I don't have anything coming up as of now. I did just wrap a feature film project that I can't talk about yet, but I'm super excited when I can.
Will you let us know when we can promote that for you?
Promote it. Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
Absolutely will. I'm really excited.
Definitely.
But yeah, that, and then you can go back and watch obviously season 1 and season 2 of Sweet Magnolias, and then you can watch episode 5 of The Wonder Years. And social media, my YouTube channel is Frank Oakley lll. I have Instagram and Twitter, same things. Just search Frank Oakley lll and you'll find me. I'd have a Facebook fan page also by the same name, Frank Oakley lll. And I think that's it.
Awesome.
All right, we are going to put those in the bottom of this interview. So when you guys are looking this out, check out the description and you'll see all the links for Frank's social and for his YouTube page. Make sure to check those out. And like you said, check out Sweet Magnolias. The first 2 seasons, really, really good. Cannot wait. I know it hasn't been renewed for season 3 yet, correct?
No, not yet.
Okay, so we're believing it's going to be, because there's no way that they can leave all of our favorite characters the way that ended. So start fighting for season 3, start putting hashtags out for season 3 of Harlan for Mayor, and check out our Facebook page, which is Sweet Magnolias Serenity Family Fan Club. Join the conversation over there as well. And Frank, it was so much fun talking to you. We really appreciate you taking the time to chat with us today.
Yeah, I had a blast, man. I'll be glad to come back anytime you guys want me.
Good.
Awesome.
So as soon as season 3 is announced, we're pulling you back in, and then we're going to start writing a script together for what Harlan's character is going to be doing in season 3.
We can start working on my campaign.
Yes, exactly. We'll write all of your speeches and we'll make all of the signs.
It is.
Thank you so much. We're going to talk again.
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right. Bye, Frank. Thanks so much.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
You too. So if you guys want to find us on Facebook, all you have to do is search in Facebook for Family Fan Club. All 15, yeah, I said 15 of our groups are going to pop up for you. You want a specific group, you can always go check out our podcast pages. We will have our groups listed in there. And you can find us on any of our social media, which is Twitter and Instagram and TikTok as Fandom Family Chats. And we are constantly trying to get you fun content. Jeanette is our TikTok wizard, trying to get you fun videos there. Usually has a lot of dudes on there, so there's that for you. We have our Twitter and Instagram is not as active as we'd like it to be, and we're working on that, but still, if you have any questions for us, if you want to get involved with what we're doing, if you want to know more about what we do, or maybe some interviews we have coming down the pike, you can hit us up on any of those resources, or you can email us at familyfanclub2021@gmail.com. We check that almost religiously, so reach out to us there and we'll get back to you. Watch out for our website coming soon. We're going to have some merch available for you if you'd like to wear some of our show merchandise for family fan clubs and Fandom Family Chats, as well as we're going to make some FFC merch for some of the shows we run, like Teen Wolf or Vampire Diaries. We're going to have some fun things for you there. So watch out for that. Keep an eye out for that. And if you are able to, look at our YouTube page, subscribe to that, and keep an eye on our Facebook page. We have Fandom Family Chats. We're going to be making some announcements here in the near future about a big, huge event we've got coming down the pike in June of 2023. So, watch out for that. Get ready to listen to some crazy stuff next week again, and we'll see you real soon.